I wanted to talk about, is the Bible worth studying? Now, on my TikTok account, I sometimes read books on there, and sometimes I've been trying to decide whether I want to read more of the Bible or read Paradise Lost, which is a fictional book that's similar to the Bible. It's written the same way the Bible's written, written around the same time the King James version of the Bible was written in the 17th century, written by John Milton and Paradise Lost. I think the Bible is worth studying, but I would rather listen to professional preachers explain what's valid and what's valuable in it before I study it myself. I think if I just jump right into it, I think I will not get a clear grasp of the important parts of the Bible. I want to hear what preachers have to say about the Bible before I listen to it, and maybe I don't want to create any more content about reading books right now because maybe I have a runny nose, and sometimes my runny nose gets worse the more I read books. Sometimes it makes my health worse when I try to push myself too hard. So maybe I won't read anything tonight on my TikTok account. But it's still important to think about, is the Bible worth studying? And I think it is worth studying, especially if you're going to listen to professional preachers talk about it on TikTok. Or they're not professionals, but they do it as a side hobby, side hustle. Um, I think it's healthy to listen to that. I think it's healthy to listen to, is the Bible worth studying? I think it's important to hear what people who really care about the Bible think about the Bible. And then from there, if you think it's that interesting, then you could read more into it. You could read the Bible yourself. Like I was reading Genesis the other day. Genesis is a pretty good story. That's what Paradise Lost is based off of, Genesis. And I think I'm gonna read more of the Bible at some point. I'm gonna try to read the entire Bible, and I'm gonna try to do that this year. But I'm not really sure because I'm not really a Christian. I don't know if I actually want to read the Bible or if I want to read Paradise Lost instead. It really tires me out to read any books, and I have to decide, where do I want to put my effort into, a fictional book or a mythical book, fictional book or mythical book. And I got to decide what I want to focus on, because they both bring different things to the table as far as what you'll learn from them. A lot of people worship God, and I used to worship God, and I think it's, you learn so much from the people who study the Bible a lot, because they read all the time, and they're experts at this one little piece of literature, and they know so much about it. I'd like to be as knowledgeable as they are, so I'm gonna keep listening to them on TikTok. And once God calls me or whatever, I'll try to create more content about reading books on there. But until then, I'm just gonna listen to other people read the Bible. I've never heard somebody listen to or read Paradise Lost on there, but that's why I was reading it, because I haven't heard anybody read it before, so I wanted to be the first one, or an unusual one anyway. I'm sure there's been other people reading it, but I want it to be different than everybody else. Plus, it's not copyrighted, so it's public domain, so I can read it um, without offending anybody or whatever, without getting sued or whatever. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments below. Um, do you think the Bible's worth studying, or should you read another book that's better than the Bible? There are books better than the Bible. I've read Anne with an E, and or no, I've read Anne of Green Gables. Anne of Green Gables is better than the Bible. I know that. I know there are books better than the Bible. For a fact, there are books better than the Bible. But do you think the Bible's worth studying? Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. Have a great day. Bye bye.